have an amazing lineup of companies from around Oregon here to pitch tonight. And once we've heard from all 10 early stage companies, voting will open, results will be tallied, and then announced at the end of the pub talk. So wait for my cue. I will let you know when it's time. We've got 2 expert judges in the mix this evening. They will be voting for 2 of the 5 finalists headed to the BVC stage, leaving 3 for you all as attendees to determine at the end of the night. So please help me welcome to the pub talk stage Josh Carter, General Partner of the Founder First Fund, Lisa Hovey, Fractional Chief of Staff and Startup Consultant at Evergreen Growth Collective. Josh Carter is a longtime Oregonian and a co-founder of the Upstart Collective, a thriving hub with 2 locations in Portland where early-stage product-led founders come to build and grow. Beyond creating that community, Josh also runs popular events like Demolicious and Founder.coffee, connecting entrepreneurs across the region. As a general partner at the Founder First Fund, Josh invests in tech-enabled startups shaping the Pacific Northwest and brings deep expertise in defense tech through his work with the Department of Defense. Welcome, Josh. And Lisa Hovey, of course, has served as a C-level operator and business consultant for high-growth startups and Fortune 500 companies, partnering with CEOs and executive teams to navigate critical growth from seed stage through IPO. She has navigated the journey from bootstrap to unicorn, led business diligence and $300 million plus funding rounds, scaled processes and teams from less than 50 people to over 6,000 employees, and led significant business transformation efforts. Passionate about the startup space for the impact, energy, and potential, Lisa does fractional strategy and operations work with startups in a wide range of stages and industries. Lisa is also a founding board member of Deschutes Women in Business, an amazing group here in Bend focused on empowering local women in business that hosts monthly events. Welcome, Lisa. So good to have both of you here with us. So let's get started. Here's how this will work. Each company has 3 minutes to pitch, followed by 3 minutes of Q&A, meaning we only have time for like 2 or 3 questions tops. So one of those questions is going to come from the judges, and the rest can come from you, but please keep your questions relevant and short if you can. Now, remember, these are only early stage companies, so they may not have all the answers, but they are working it out right here in front of us. Our first early stage company, 360 Sierra from Bend, Oregon, is an all-in-one platform for vehicle rental operations, powered by an AI master operator. Welcome, 360 Sierra.
Yeah. Yours? Perfect. All right. Yeah, we are opening. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Andres, CEO and CTO of 360 Sierra. And this is Paola, our COO.
Hello, everyone. We are super excited to be here today. Our story. In 2016, we moved, after selling our company in Colombia, we moved to Silicon Valley and start a startup there. We had to close the startup during COVID, and we decided to make a change and move to the outdoor industry. So 2 years ago, we built an ultralight camping trailer and the technology to make renting an RV as easy as renting an electric scooter. Being RV operators was our aha moment when we discovered how broken the tech stack is for rental companies.
Let us tell you what is happening in a simple story. The world is moving from analog to digital, right? But when you go digital, you have new problems. Like now, your charger doesn't fit in your outlet. A lot of companies are facing this today. They are moving from analog, like Excel, spreadsheets, dashboards, human memory, to digital. At the same time, they need to structure their data to be ready for AI and AI agents. To grow, it's the only way to grow and be profitable today. So we solve that problem with 2 products, Rental Buddy Garage and Rental Buddy AI Master Operator. The opportunity here It's massive. It's a $139 billion market with more than 300 million rentals transactions every year. We already closed our pre-seed round and deployed 2 pilots, one in Denver and one in Salt Lake City. One of our pilots, they are moving from 90 vans to 300 using our technology. With the same staff, they are saving around $70,000 per year in labor cost and time.
Our revenue model is software as a service. We charge $20 or $35 per vehicle per month, depending on the company needs. With the partnerships we are closing, we expect to reach $1 million in monthly recurrent revenue in the next 24 months. We are raising funds to onboard 10,000 vehicles to rental body and generate $4 million in annual recurrent revenue. And please support us, and maybe the next time that you rent an RV or a boat, you will save 45 minutes in your check-in process, and you will remember, I support these guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did I? Oh, all right. You're first. You did it. Everyone give another round of applause. It's hard to be first. Awesome. Tell me more about that last thing you said about saving time. What is that for me as a consumer? Like, how do I interact with your product, and what does that look and feel like?
Yeah, no.
Your check-in process will be throughout boarding pass. You will receive an email and you start your process, your ID verification, your signature, all in once. So when you complete all your process, you will receive a code and you can open the RV. It's the same process like unlocking a zip car and a scooter. It only takes 1 minute. Right now, when you rent an RV or a boat, you have a person doing a tour, explaining, you need to fill out a lot of paperwork, so it's 40 minutes, the difference.
Yeah. Let me, in this process, it's a lot of technology. We are face recognition, so for this reason, it's safe to unlock your car, your RV, or turn on your boat. At the same time, we have signatures. It's a lot of data analytics to offer 100% secure platform.
The only question I had is, why does AI need to solve this problem?
That's a good question. It's also my favorite question. Our AI, just think as your best employee working at night while you are sleeping. It's organizing all the data for the next day, showing you what is important for today and what is next.
Amazing pitch. Thank you. Do I have any questions from the audience for 360 Sierra? I have a question. So you said you're going to be launching 2 pilot programs, Salt Lake City and Denver. Why did you choose these markets?
Because the pilot in Denver, they have 5 locations in different states. So the main location is Denver, so we wanted to start with a medium-sized company. And Salt Lake City was a company that we found in an event, and he was praying for technology to grow. And when he saw us, he mentioned, I want to be your pilot. So.
Yeah, this is the second pilot. It's really interesting because this is mom and pop company, but they need, the only way to compete is with technology. For this reason, we started that pilot, and the other was a company that they were looking for years how to grow without locations. They just want to park vans on parking lots, airports, breweries, and grow like that.
It's amazing. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Okay. This is your chance. Okay, any other questions from the judges? Okay, well, I think we did it. That first one up. Well done. Yeah, thank you both. Beautifully done. Thank you, 360 Sierra. And thank you again to our sponsors, including COCC. Is your business, career, or organization ready for the next step? The Center for Business at Central Oregon Community College offers no-cost expert business advising, workforce training focused on today's skills, and professional development for individuals and teams. Whether you need business or training support, the Center for Business at COCC is here to help. Learn more at cocc.edu/Center for Business. Our second pitching company joining us is GlowWell, also from Bend, Oregon. They are the creator of GlowPrep, a companion kit to your colonoscopy prescription laxative, making prep clear and comfortable while increasing compliance to save lives. Tell me more. Welcome, GlowWell.
All right, I've heard the word colonoscopy so many times today. So wonderful. Thanks. All right, let's get started. I bet most of you have done a race. I wanted you to think back to your training plan. The time and miles you put in, fueling and hydration. You had a giant pasta dinner the night before, and during the race, you felt ready. Crossing the finish line felt amazing because you were prepared. Now I want you to think about the opposite. No training, no fueling, and no water the day of your race. Each mile felt horrible. That is exactly how patients show up for surgery every day, unprepared and vulnerable. We prepare for everything in life, from grocery lists to weddings. Yet for surgery, the most important event many of us will ever endure, we simply tell our friends and family, good luck. I am here to change that. I'm Dr. Cherie Long, an Oregon anesthesiologist for nearly 15 years. Do you know 1 in 3 patients coming for a procedure is malnourished? And if you're having a GI procedure, that's 2 in 3. That leads to more infections, longer recovery, and billions of dollars of healthcare costs. This is why I founded GlowWell. It's the first consumer brand that merges patient empowerment and clinical evidence. Our mission is simple: make patients strong for surgery, stronger for life. Our first product is GlowPrep. This is our wellness-forward kit that reimagines colonoscopy kit. So raise your hand if you have had a colonoscopy. Yes. Keep your hand up if you actually enjoyed the prep. That is not surprising. Prep anxiety is the #1 reason most people avoid a potentially life-saving colonoscopy. And it is understandable. 1 in 24 of us will be diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And by 2030, it is the #1 cancer killer in age less than 50. We do 16 million colonoscopies in the US every year. And from that, patients are spending $500 million on random prep supplies, including diaper cream and baby wipes. The kit has 3 parts with clever packaging, color-coded sections, and gentle humor. There's a clean section with wipes and balm, a nourish section with gentle hydration and energy, and a comfort section with a bathroom spray, a straw, and a lollipop. This is confidence in a box, like having a physician by your side. Trademarks are filed, prototype is ready, and production is next. We'll be the first to market, and there are no branded competitors. 9 out of 10 patients that use the product say they felt more prepared and confident. We'll start direct to consumer, meeting patients and customers where they are today, and then reach out to physicians, advocacy groups, and influencers. Our margins are strong at 70%, and in our first year, if we get those 1%, then that's over $3 million in revenue. But the bigger picture is GlowPrep is our trust builder. This is a wedge into a $50 billion category we call procedural wellness. So I'm asking you here today to believe in me, because I live this as well. I've cared for over 10,000 patients getting colonoscopies. I've had one myself, and I prepare for endurance races. And just like you want to prepare for your race, patients want to prepare for theirs. So together, I ask how we change surgery moving forward for millions of patients and for the future of healthcare. Thank you.
Do I want to talk about colonoscopy all damn day? Please. Believe it or not, I'm in my 50s, so I'm ready for it.
45. 45 is the new screening age.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just
Great.
turned 50. So the thing I'm curious about is you talked about your go-to market going B2C. Why not go directly to the insurance providers? That seems like a more trunk approach than a branch approach.
Yes, I understand. So we have figured out that it is very difficult to get insurances to pay for anything. We know that from even our malnourished patients are unable to get insured. They have to cost pay it to get stronger for surgery. So this is no longer the answer. It is to provide the consumer the ability to get stronger and to get what they need. And we are at a time where consumers want that, right? We want to get our own UTI testing online. Patients want to get their own STD testing. You want to get your own labs and order it. You want the ability to affect your own healthcare, and you want that autonomy. So we're going direct to consumers.
All right. Why is now the right time for this product?
Yeah, I love that. So we've talked about the taboo-ness of this. So I want you to think like Thinx period underwear. That sold for $230 million. Loom private parts deodorant. People want to start talking about these awkward topics because they're awkward and they want anything to make them feel better. Also, colon cancer is on the rise. So we see a ton of social media with very young people getting affected by colon cancer, and I think it's really important that the awareness is there. I really care about this. I see 98% of people I talk to getting a colonoscopy who are miserable, so we've got to do something.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I actually had my first colonoscopy recently, and I could not believe we haven't figured out a way to do this better. So my question for you is, how did you choose what goes in the kit?
Through lots of talking to patients. So once I came up with this idea, I said, I have the greatest job because I can talk to every single patient before I take them back to the procedure room and say, hey, what could have been better? What would you have liked? I talked to a lot of GI doctors, and I found other things like you can't use an oil-based balm because then you get oil on the scope, and that makes the GI doctor mad, and we don't want to make the GI doctor mad. Room spray, because some people feel conscious when they have a single room with a whole bunch of other people. A big fat straw allows you to drink your prep cold and bypass the taste buds, so it goes down a lot easier and faster. So lots of patient talk.
Well done. I just think this is amazing. So thanks for being here. Great pitch.
Thank you, guys.
Round of applause. Our third early stage company, Goal 300, supercharges natural CO2 removal to fight climate change, targeting 1 million tons annually by 2035 with strong returns in the booming carbon credit market. They are also from Bend, Oregon. Welcome, Goal 300.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zach Price. I'm founder and CEO of Goal 300, and we are actively fighting climate change by turning carbon dioxide into rocks. At its core, climate change is a waste management problem. Over the last 100 years, we've taken 2 trillion tons of carbon that was stored underground and put it into the skies. And we can see the problems that that's causing. World-leading science organizations and the UN IPCC have stated for years that we need to be removing 15 billion tons of carbon from our atmosphere annually by 2050 in order to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change. And my company is actively doing this. We do this through a process called enhanced rock weathering, where we supercharge Earth's natural geologic cycle. And we do this by spreading alkaline dust like this, which is mantle rock, on farms right here in the Pacific Northwest. When this alkaline dust mixes with acidic rain and pore water, it undergoes a chemical reaction. It forms a new mineral. And what was once gaseous carbon dioxide is now permanently and durably stored away for millions of years. The advantage to this approach is that it's permanent and it's scalable to billions of tons a year. Right now, it also has great economic co-benefits. For example, one of the farmers we work with was spending $135 per acre per year on liming cost, and we have totally removed that from his operation. We are also seeing crop yield increases of 17 to 23%. So it's a win for climate, and it's a win for farmers right here in the Pacific Northwest. Our company has a lot of traction. We've raised over $200,000 in grant funding and impact investors, some of which are here, and we have used that capital to effect it efficiently. And right now, we operate the largest durable carbon removal project active in Washington State and one of the largest active carbon removal projects west of the Rockies, and we have agreements to scale it over 100 times. Now, how do we make money? We make money by selling our durable carbon credits in the regulated and voluntary carbon credit markets. The voluntary carbon market is expected to reach $50 billion a year by 2030 and is growing exponentially. And to this end, we have already begun discussions with some of the largest companies on Earth to secure multi-million-dollar pre-purchase durable carbon offset agreements. In fact, 2 of my colleagues are in New York City right now having discussions with those buyers. We are currently seeking a $900,000 funding round, and we will deploy this capital to scale our current projects while bankrolling our team of PhDs as we go through the 12 to 18-month vetting process to secure these multi-million-dollar carbon offtake agreements. This capital that we raise also will be catalytic and enable us to remove millions of tons of carbon dioxide from our skies, having a positive impact on climate, while providing tangible economic benefits for farmers right here in the Pacific Northwest. I look forward to receiving your questions, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Zach.
That was right on the 3 minutes, so brownie point. Talk to me about how you figure this out, and is there anyone else doing anything similar?
Yes, there are, and it's great. And those who are doing that, we are in our Goal 300 is a leader in this space. There's only 6 companies globally that have come as far as we have. And all of the CEOs of our companies talk to each other. And we have a great geographic moat here on the west coast of the United States. So you can look up companies like Aeon Carbon, Undo, and others. Aeon just won $60 million from Google. They just got a $60 million offtake. So definitely market.
So I'll get to my question, but the only thing I thought about the entire time you were talking about was like that Sherwin-Williams icon that everybody see where they coat the world in paint. Like you're just going to coat the world like a big powdered donut. But anyway, that being said, talk about some of the non-dilutive options that you've gone after and some of the grants that are available to you right now.
So right now we have financial support. We've won grants from Organic Valley. They're actually one of our big partners. They're looking to be carbon negative by 2035. So we have a great partnership with them. And that's where we've been doing our deployments as an organic farms. We've won a Cascade Climate grant, which is world-leading grant funding. And then we also have some smaller impact investors that have enabled us to get as far as we have.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how this benefits farmers?
So this is great. The farmers that we work with love it because it saves them lots of money. When we put down this dust that removes carbon, they no longer have to use lime for the most part, and those costs are going up every year. In addition, we're seeing crop yield increases. In some crops further south, they're seeing 100% crop yield increases. We're seeing about 17 to 23%. So they're making more money, and they're reducing their operational costs. Plus, we share 20% of the carbon credit revenues with the farmers. So this helps to provide new income opportunities in rural communities. So we really want a strong rural farming communities here in the Pacific Northwest while solving the climate problem.
Well done. Thank you, Zach. Thanks for being here. Goal 300. Next up, Luxefly Basecamp from Eugene, Oregon is a freeze-dried, refined, curated camp food from duck confit with white bean cassoulet to chili relleno with burrata cheese. These are not just for camping. Tell us more.
It's crazy. I was hoping for the teleprompter, but it's not working. So I'm going to have to wing it because I didn't prepare anything. I'm just going to talk to you about my company. This is a freeze-dried food company that excels anything available on the market. We do things from, she mentioned a couple, but we have a French onion soup with Gruyere croutons. You can take the croutons out, rehydrate, put the croutons back in, and have soup that you would have at a restaurant. Filet mignon stroganoff, chicken enchilada, huevos rancheros. So we have 35 SKUs. We do them all in our own warehouse. We hand pack. We're in the process of getting TILF certified, which will be one of the only companies that does that. And the only reason they don't do it is because it's really, really hard. But we're getting that done. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up on a farm. My dad was an organic farmer who farmed weed and organic vegetables in the nude often. We drank wheatgrass juice before it was cool, and I drove around in a shingled bus when I was a young kid. After that, I went on to starting restaurants, and I've owned and operated 15 different restaurants, and I've worked as a private chef, flying in jets, Barbra Streisand, lots of famous people down in Cabo where I live for 15 years. But I'm back now, and I've built the foundation of a company that has some legs. It's a $250 million market, projected market for 2025 in just the freeze-dried arena. The legacy brands hold about 70% of that, and the under brands, like the boutique brands, like myself, 30. I feel an easy target is going to be grasping 10% of that market. So my intention is a 4x growth for the next 5 years, getting to 10 million in under 4 years. Launched last year at the Bend Overland show in Redmond, and we're doing this summer. We did $12,000 a month direct to consumer. I've raised $225,000 from a seed round. I'm looking to raise another $150 to just get us through this crunch time to kind of build inventory so I can satisfy that 4x that I'm planning on doing next year. The food's amazing. You have to try it. I'm sure this is a group that would enjoy it. I've got 42 seconds left. The one important part of this is the market that I suggested, which is the $250 million market in the outdoor backpacking field. This is a sub-brand, the Luxefly Basecamp. We also are elevating a top brand out of it, Luxefly, and that's going to be focused on hotels, universities, airlines, vending machines in ski resorts. So I can't even tell you because I don't know what the market is, but it's fucking big, okay?
Well done.
So that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, well done. Thank you.
Sorry for cussing.
Take it.
Talk to me more about your go-to-market. Is it mainly direct-to-consumer? Do you plan to get shelf space? What does that look like to get more awareness?
Yeah, so one of the things that almost all investors would tell me when I was going for the funding and how much I needed and what I was using it for, I'm definitely a bootstrapper. I work 70 hours a week, and I enjoy it. My kids are raised, and one of my first investors was like, "Are you married?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Good, because you can focus on the business more." So I work a lot. The direct-to-consumer, how I'm wrapping that back up to the question is that I've been very careful to control having enough product to support the customers, and getting too many retail clients, I've felt, based on my other research on some other companies, but just how I want to run my business, that we fulfill within 24 hours when someone orders, and amazing customer service, and that DTC, I've been able to really keep a handle on that. And we did hit that pinnacle point this summer where we couldn't fill the order. We did fill the orders, but it's because I was literally working 24 hours a day and kind of making things to order, which is not what you want to do in a company like this. But the plan with this next seed round is to just really be prepared for that 4x that we're going to do next year.
So I kind of want to dig in a little bit on that.
Okay.
Have you found any co-packers or any co-producers that can help you get to that 4x? Because if you do get the 4x, it's not 24 hours it's 24
Oh no, we're
hours
ready.
times 4.
We're ready.
Yeah.
So the reason, I've already got that. Part of the funding will be to hire some people that are working part-time, full-time. We already have the machinery. We've already scaled up with that. The production space that we own to be able to pack everything ourselves has the capacity of 4x, no problem. We could 8x within this particular arena, but the plan would be that third quarter of 2026, we're going to be focusing on a massive expansion to be able to do the next 4x.
Audience questions. Okay,
Come on, guys.
I have a question.
Okay.
So why did you decide to go freeze-dried? What brought you to that part of the market?
Well, freeze-dried versus dehydrated. Freeze-dried retains 90 to 95% of the nutritional value. My little quip about growing up on an organic farm was just to let everyone know that I care deeply about the food that I put in my body, feed my kids. I don't want to work with food that isn't amazing, so we're just trying to produce a superior product. So that's one of the ways to do it, is through the freeze-dried process. They rehydrate quicker. The flavors are amazing. Like you said, we have a chili relleno with burrata cheese. You can't argue with that.
Cannot argue with it. Don't even want to. Excellent pitch. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
How you doing, judges?
Good. I want more people to like come up here.
I know, there's more seats
Talk
up
to
here.
us. Yeah,
Come
there's
on
more
up.
Seats.
Participate. We're fun.
Right.
We are fun.
Pretty
We are
fucking
fun. Yeah.
These people are being so brave.
I know, and they're doing amazing. In
And they're our
fact,
favorite people, by the way.
Yeah.
Just all you guys over there not
Yeah.
realizing you'll network later.
Yeah.
Come over here and hang out with the
The
cool
spot.
kids.
Yeah.
and I have to
Ooh,
say,
yeah.
I need every single product that's been pitched so far. So, yeah, that's interesting. All right, fifth early stage company, Nuerosom from Eugene, Oregon, is advancing a clinically validated personalized neuromodulation therapy to reduce dementia risk by enhancing deep and REM sleep. Welcome, Nuerosom.
Hello, I'm Viral Sheth, CEO and founder of Nuerosom, and I'm here to talk about our personalized neuromodulation therapy that advances brain health and prevents dementia. Here's the problem. Every 3 seconds, someone in the world develops dementia. While there are no current therapies or cure, one of the biggest and most modifiable risk factor is sleep. Poor sleep, particularly disrupted deep sleep, accelerates memory loss, creates toxic protein buildup, and cognitive decline. At Nuerosom, we've developed a personalized neuromodulation therapy that not only tracks as the brain enters deep sleep, but also at the right time provides gentle electrical neuromodulation therapy to nudge the brain into deeper, more restorative sleep, and thereby maximizing the clearance of neurotoxins that are linked to dementia and aging. Now, here's the bigger story, though. Our neuromodulation therapy can be extended to a range of different health conditions, from Parkinson's disorders and epilepsy to mood and anxiety disorders, and even women's health problems like menopause. And so we've developed this therapy with the mind of price point of about $5,000, enhancing not just deep sleep, but also brain health. And so our therapy is going to be ubiquitous in terms of all of these different health conditions. The other aspect of our therapy is going to be building, Yes, yeah. And so one of the things that we're also trying to do is,
Some pretty amazing traction so far, if you
Yep.
want to address that too.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of traction in terms of, earlier this year, we've secured FDA clearance for our lead AI staging software, which powers the core Sleep Wisp product. We've also had a lot of traction with partnering with universities, medical centers, and a lot of private clinics that have been early adopters of our technology, that have been able to incorporate this seamlessly into their program. At Nuerosom, we believe sleep isn't just rest, but it's brain maintenance and medicine. So I invite you to join us in supporting us and building the future of brain health.
Well done. Judges.
First of all, I don't think people really recognize how nerve-wracking it is to get up here, so thank you for just powering through. I want to make sure that people get to see. That's the device right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk a little bit about how you came up with this design.
Yeah, so this was based on years of research. We first actually put high-density EEG technology on the brain to understand and map the deep sleep oscillations in the brain. And once we understood where these originators of deep sleep are, we then tried to understand what are the most precise locations on the brain to be able to stimulate these deep sleep networks more precisely. And so that's how this was born. It's based on years of grant funding, US federal grant funding as well. So yeah.
Awesome. And what's next in terms of getting in the hands of patients and people and in the market?
Yeah, so currently it's being used by a number of different centers already. Our go-to-market strategy is going to be B2B2C, where we're going to be working directly with physicians. And so these physicians will refer the products on to the end customers or patients. And so that's going to be our B2B2C go-to-market strategy. These devices will cost $5,000 at scale, and we'll be able to generate the revenue through that with high gross margins of 80%.
Well, my question is, can I take it home with me tonight? I really want it. So what is the, I mean, I know dementia affects a lot of people, and you said someone is like coming down with it every 3 seconds, but like, what is, so we can understand the true scale of it, like how many people is this really affecting?
Yeah, that's a great question. Dementia currently impacts over 10 million seniors just in US alone. And so our target is to intervene even earlier with population that's characterized as mild cognitive impaired patients. And so these are 15 million in US. And so we'll be intervening and that early so that they don't progress on to dementia.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Wonderful pitch. Yeah, you did fantastic. Thank you. I have so many questions. And I know so many people who need that. Okay, thanks for sticking with us. Next, actually, we'd like to extend quickly a thank you to all of our EDCO members. EDCO membership underwrites a variety of support and resources, including events just like this one and efforts to build a prosperous and sustainable economy. If you are not a member, we'd love to invite you to join us today. And we are pleased to announce our newest EDCO members, Bend Wealth Advisors, Central Oregon Center for the Arts, Hub International, Miranda Kelton Photography, who is here with us tonight, my friends, somewhere. Northwest Key Property Management, Obsidian 3D, Red Point Construction Management, also here with us tonight. Where are you, Red Point Construction? Okay, chatting in the back maybe. Ripple Effect and William Smith, who is also here with us tonight. William Smith, are you in the house? Okay, well, hi, William. If you want to hear your business called out at a pub talk and learn more about EDCO membership, you're going to visit Larry Holman or any EDCO team member here tonight. I think I saw Larry just a moment ago. Larry, there he is. That's your man. That's the one you want to talk to. We appreciate the support of our local community partners who make PubTalk possible. BBSI Central Oregon has been your local partner for business growth for 35 years. We provide business strategy, payroll, HR, and risk management so you can focus on your vision. Look out for our team at the PubTalk. We'd love to chat and schedule a free assessment to see how we can help your company thrive. Let's welcome our 6th pitching company. OverPotential, also from Eugene, Oregon, improves the flavor profile of beverages by removing negative flavors with electrochemistry. Take it away, OverPotential.
Thanks. Thanks. This is Doran. I'm Chris. We're the OverPotential company. We're from Eugene, Oregon. I'm a professor of chemistry. There they call me Dr. Coffee. You're going to hear about coffee in just a minute. Climate change is ruining crops that we like. Cast your mind back to 2020. We had the forest fires here in Oregon, and the smoke accumulated in Willamette Valley and wiped out the entire crop because all the grapes absorbed all the smoke, inevitably resulting in smoke-tainted wine. Any of us have tried that before? It tastes like a firecracker went off inside, so as a result, you can't make wine, so it was all thrown out. That was $1.5 billion lost that year. Another crop that's highly climate susceptible, obviously, is coffee. The largest producing region, Brazil, has undergone some significant climate effects in the last year. They had a frost and a drought. As a result, last year they produced 20% less coffee, which is $3.5 billion in loss. And we're already seeing the effects here in the consuming country. So if you look at the price of coffee today, it's twice the price it was last year, and that's not going to change. Now you might think, well, why don't we just plant coffee in places that we can grow it? And you can do that, but the quality of coffee that you can grow in climate, like less risky places, tastes really bad. Much the same as the smoke-tainted wine tastes bad. Consumers will reject this. Now, if you think about what's actually going on here, the smoke-tainted wine is just a couple of molecules that have showed up, but otherwise the wine is largely fine. And in low-quality coffees, most of it's still coffee, so it still tastes good, but there's a few compounds in there that we don't like. And so we thought, what if we could edit at the molecular level out those negative flavors? If we could control the flavor profile of the drink, then inevitably we would be able to add value back into the supply chain. So over the last 4 years, my lab has been developing the basic science understanding of how to do this, and then as of May, we figured it out.
So Chris and I are not just massive coffee dorks. We're scientists, we're chemists, and specifically we study electrochemistry. Electrochemistry lets us manipulate these small flavor compounds in drinks like coffee, whiskey, wine, etc., and change that small population of molecules that taste horrible into things that you either can't taste or taste positive. For example, in wine, the molecule that contributes smoky flavors can be oxidized into vanillin. You can imagine what that tastes like. But this isn't just a concept. We've proven this out in our lab at Oregon, and we're bringing it to big customers. Our first customer is in Boston. They're a billion-dollar coffee company, and we're going there so we can change the flavor of coffee that they can generate. Coffee is just the beginning for us, though. We have a lot of domain expertise in coffee, but we have the patent for electrochemical treatment of all beverages. And all this looks like is a small device that slots directly into their manufacturing line before the coffee, whiskey, whatever, goes on to be bottled. So we're going to scale this up really rapidly. The coffee market for this style of coffee is $8 billion a year in the US alone, globally $125 billion, and we're going for full domination. Thank you.
I can't wait until you guys develop pumpkin spice coffee beans, so I'm really excited for that. But talk a little bit about why not license this technology. You mentioned you have a patented pending or patented process. Why not go for the licensing market rather than selling sort of the process
The drink industry is complex. So in coffee, you brew one at home yourself. That's 1 cup. In the cafe, they brew hundreds of cups a day, but in an industrial scale, they brew in a pipe that's the size of this metal shaft thing behind you. And so when you're thinking about where the real value is, you want to go for the industrial length scale, but then perhaps sub-license the technology to people who make devices that could service the cafe length scale or even your home. The same technology that applies to coffee applies to mezcal and all these other products that we could talk about. And so we're planning on sub-licensing in that domain, and we're already having talks with Keurig Dr. Pepper about doing that on all Keurig devices.
Yeah, and talk to me more about this customer, this large customer that you have, and kind of where you're at in that process.
Yeah, so this customer is called Cometeer. They make basically frozen espresso shots. So it shows up in your house as an ice cube. You melt it, you put it into hot water, and then you have instantly brewed coffee ready for you. Their problem is their customers demand really high quality coffee, but as the costs associated with that coffee increase due to climate change, their margins are disappearing. So they're turning to us to allow them to use a lower quality input that we're going to bring up to the level that you demand. And so we're going to future-proof coffee brewing at scale. And we start there, and then we go on to Nestle, we go to Stumptown, we go to all these brands. And ideally, we're in your kitchen in about a year.
Wow. Questions from the audience. Okay, right here. Okay, you handed this gentleman 2 vials. He wants to know what the purpose of them is.
So I went around, I tried to distribute these vials to people. If you've got some on your table, great. If you don't, come see us after. There's one that says O and one that says A. Both of them are mezcal. They're a high-quality mezcal. The A is Aaron Paul's Mezcal Dos Hombres. And the O, we are OverPotential. Tonight, we would have done coffee, but look, it's 5 p.m. It's irresponsible to serve coffee after 5. So we brought
we're at a brewery.
Yeah, we brought mezcal. So if you are jelly that you didn't get mezcal and you want mezcal, come see us. Smell them, taste them, have a preference if you'd like, but the point is to show you what we can do with other things other than coffee is taken in different directions.
Gosh, I have 100 questions, but I know we got to let you go. Thanks for being here. Well done.
Wondering how the judges didn't get the mezcal.
Why did?
I think there's a rule against that, actually.
100%.
To my chatty friends in the back, I just want to say, if you could maybe pause your conversation for the next couple of pitches, we would be so grateful. I don't think people realize how the noise carries up here, so that's what I'll say about that, and I'll let it go.
I'm going to say it again. The noise carries up here. We can hear you chatting. Pay attention to these wonderful people.
I know. I want to be.
Jonathan, you should get that checked out. I agree.
Well played. Okay, our seventh early stage company, SokoLife, from Eugene, Oregon, is revolutionizing cardiac care with innovative non-toxic patches for congenital heart defect repair, reducing reinterventions and healthcare costs. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Natalia Shotkina, and I'm a biomedical engineer at University of Oregon at Night Campus. And here I am presented as a founder of biotechnology company SokoLife, where we specialized on a developed and manufacturing tissue engineered solution for actually soft tissue repair with a technology which is affordable, scalable, and already on the market. So just hard to imagine that how many people actually needs this tissue repair, like do a surgery or some trauma related, and it's just like more than 100 million of the patients every year, and it's affect different parts of the body, heart, brain, skin, and others. And unfortunately, current existed product on the market are not provide that quality and that expectation that clinicians want to have. They provide a temporal solution. Sometimes they are toxic or very expensive and not affordable to some cohort of the patients. So at SokoLife, we developed a new generation of the tissue engineer scaffold technology based on decellularized bovine pericardium that's after implantations become a part of your body, become like fully integrated and tissue repair solution for patients. How this technology been developed? It's been developed for a while ago by me and my colleagues in actually operating room. How this idea become in our mind, just like from the operating room, where I've been worked with my colleagues, cardiac surgeons, treating the patients, newborn patients who was born with the defects of with the heart defects. And I saw that pain of the patients, families, and ours clinicians, that we couldn't just do all over the bed because we forced these patients through the many upcoming reintervention, because not because that we performed surgery bad, it's because patches couldn't grow with the heart. And these patients faced with these challenges. So in a SokoLife, we made this difference. Our technology is different because when it's implanted, it's not recognized as a foreign. We reduce this intervention up to 2 times, sometimes 3 times, and the cost as well, just expenses for the surgery as well, just in 5 times. So, and recovery for these patients become faster, much faster. Currently, we treated more than 200 patients, and we are served different fields, not only cardiac for now, it's open and neurosurgery and wound healing as well.
Amazing. That's pretty high impact. Can you talk to me a little bit more about what it actually is, and are there FDA processes you have to go through, and what's your plan in terms of getting it into more hospitals and healthcare facilities?
Yeah, sure. So we are on our way for FDA approved. So for now, it's approved for Ukrainian market, for my home country. So it's certified according compliance, just Ukrainian medical device, and we are treated patients over there. And we are ready for 510K application, which will be pretty fast for us because this technology already clinical proved. We have like more than 200 patients, which is safety, like, and save lives. So that is very big, and just like speed up our process with FDA, just like, and we assume that like 9-12 months, not more, will take that process for us. And the main our goal that I do know how that's feeling, just like when you are a member of underserved market, and our main focus will be not only US market and other markets with high needs and who is underserved, as I said.
So this sounds like a great use case for the defense side. Can you talk a little bit about that side?
It's just kind of a little bit sensitive and hard to say it for me. Honestly, initially this technology been developed for congenital heart defects treatment newborn patients, but world is very changely and sometimes like very unpredictable, and currently our technology highly needed for different applications. We start like few months ago, we are very effectively and very intensively start collaborate with the military hospitals, and as in my country, which is currently under the war, has a very high needs on this technology for treat patients with blast injuries, burns, and brain injuries, war-related just like injuries. So far we treated almost 20 patients with brain injuries, and it's just like very complicated case. Of course, these patients still been ongoing just like for a long time of the recovery, but at least we've been able to save life and keep as high quality as we can for this time point. And as well, just like there are a lot of patients, it's not like only military related and it's a civilian, because it's affect both. With a wound healing, we have a lot of families who are affected after like burns and missile attack of civilian buildings in Ukraine. Unfortunately, in the biggest children's hospitals, all families treated by our technology. And as well, we are closely collaborate right now. We are signed agreement with one of the biggest military hospital, which has 700 beds, and they really needed this technology. So
thank you for the work you're doing.
Yeah. Questions from you all? Yes, right here. So, who makes the patch? Where are you making it, and how are you going to scale it?
Yeah, currently these patches are manufactured at facility of the Knight Campus PP Innovation Center, which is an amazing facility which we were able to certify it with ICO 13485 for manufacturing biological implants with the highest level of class 3 for cardiovascular, wound care, and just like general reconstructive surgery. Currently, we do manufacturing happens by 4 hands, I would say, and currently we are on a process and onboarding one more technician because we are scale up and we got more requests. It's me and my husband who has a PhD in biotechnology, so it's kind of like family. It's hard to say for me business, because for us it's more project, it's more mission. And then in second step, it's a business, but it's potentially could be a really good business because I see a huge potential of this technology in the future.
Yeah, I think you could say that again. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Yeah, thanks for being here. And here a few words from our newest PubTalk sponsor, Summit Bank. Summit Bank is thrilled to sponsor PubTalk. We are your local business bank, Oregon's fastest growing bank, the bank with beer, and now, after 21 years, we're the second largest bank based in Oregon. We're Summit Bank, Oregon's business bank. Up next, welcome to the stage, Toastware. They are a bend company. Cold is universal. Your gear is personal. Toast solves both with a personal thermostat for your jacket, making existing apparel your go-to for warmth. Welcome, Toastware.
Thank you, thank you. Hi there. My name is Gabe. I'm a former US Marine, a former engineer at Intel, and this is my second founder role as CEO of Toast, where we are soon to be the GoPro of thermal comfort in the outdoors. During a 2012 ski trip, 4 of us got stuck on an upper summit chairlift for nearly an hour. By the time we got rescued, we all had to be treated for hypothermia. And Ski Patrol stuck hair dryers up our jackets. Why not a heated blanket? Better yet, a jacket? Because all heated garments use the same dated tech, heated coils. Because of this, they are underpowered, create hot spots, and leave users wondering, is this thing on? Worse, they force replacement rather than enhancement of existing high-end apparel that you already own. It's not news to some of you that hospitals have been using the superior warming modality for decades, hot air. That's because hot air transfers heat to the body orders of magnitude more effectively than any coil-based solution. However, due to battery tech, hot air just hasn't been portable until now. Just give me a sec here. Toast is bringing that hairdryer to a jacket near you with the Core, a lightweight vest that circulates warm air throughout any jacket, pushing 5 times more heat power than anything else on the market. It delivers instant, uniform comfort. The Toast literally turns your favorite jacket into a personal, portable warming hut, allowing you to crank the thermostat to 100 on the chairlift and back down to 60 when bombing the moguls. All from your watch or phone. Best yet, the Core does this for any sport with any jacket, making it the last layer you'll ever buy. I don't need to wax poetic to an audience like this about how much us outdoor enthusiasts spend on outdoor apparel and staying warm, but conservatively, Toast is sitting on a $15 billion serviceable market. That's before considering all the other user groups that have raised their hands for a hot air tech, such as military, commercial trades, soccer parents, and sports spectators. Moreover, the competitive landscape is stagnant, stuck in sub-premium, and shackled to that old tech. Toast, with 3 years of R&D, multiple patents in process, is soon to become the first mover threat to, I don't know, try naming even one heated garment brand. We've rigorously field tested our hot air tech, with early adopters saying they've never been so warm in a duck blind, steelhead fishing on the Sandy, or snow machining here in the high desert. We are proud to have raised $200K in pre-seed funding, and to assist in scaling, are thrilled at the opportunity to partner with Bend Outdoor Works next year. With our 7-year roadmap focused on world-class product, myself, Jerry, with a PhD in thermal sciences, and Evan, with 15 years in the medical product space, invite all of you to keep those favorite jackets, leave the layers behind, and sign up on Toast's growing waitlist. Thank you, and stay warm.
All right. The breeze, I might need to borrow that in a second. Talk to me about what's your go-to-market? How close are you for this to being sold? How do you make it?
Yeah, it's a big moment for Toast and the team. We've been sort of in the closet for 4 years in a basement engineering. And we just got back from China. We spent 4 months sort of hosting a global RFP. And we selected a tier 1 manufacturer out of Hong Kong. So they are working diligently right now. We expect to have factory samples in hand as early as Bend Venture Conference. From there, we are looking at a couple different sales channels. Direct to consumer, of course. Kickstarter is something that we're investigating to the chagrin of maybe perhaps some investors, but we want to make a big splash. We want to come in hard, we want to grow fast, and we want to build and launch our brand. So we're looking for about a $400,000 Kickstarter launch sometime in Q1. And then as we sort of scale and build reputation, we hope to partner with some of the more hallmark key REIs, Cabela's, Bass Pro. Some of the feedback we've received is wait till you get traction and then we'll talk to you. Don't talk to us before that.
First of all, thank you for your service. But second of all, don't talk to those VCs if they're asking those kind of questions. But moreover than that, why not make it in America? What's the thought process?
We would love to make it in America. That global RFP, we're watching the tariffs. Our model at a 75% gross margin out of China still supports the 54% tariffs. That's because in Intel, I worked in China. You cannot beat, when you have something that requires a lot of different subcomponents and you want to build it together, you have a new idea, you can't beat them. The proposals and the pricing that we saw from the Asian participants were oftentimes not only superior, but roughly 1/6 to 1/7 the price it was for some tier 1 product development firms out of Minnesota, California, Seattle. So maybe long term, as we scale, it's on our radar. But right now, it's hard to beat.
Questions from any of you?
Please, go ahead.
Julianne, I'm going to repeat the question. How does it work and how do you recharge it? Thank you.
Much like your house's thermostat, it's recirculating hot air. So it's got intakes, it's got exhaust. This is an early prototype. This looks not much like the actual final vest. But critically, your jacket is the living room. So it's slowly heating your living room to 100 degrees, 80 degrees, whatever you set at. So it's recirculating hot air already in your jacket. That's how it works. It does this with resistive heat, just like a hairdryer. So we have resistive heat elements that are being fed by a battery that's interchangeable and custom on the shoulder blade portion of the device. Again, battery tech sort of was the gating issue for this kind of tech being available even 3 years ago. But now, with a battery no larger than the average power bank, you can power toast for 4 hours with the right jacket, 8 hours in a pinch. Does that answer your question? Great.
Amazing. I want a full body one. This is great.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's go.
Pants, yeah, you name it. Maybe
Thank
baby
you
strollers.
so much. Beautiful pitch. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Toastware. Our 9th early stage company, Topsail, is a Bend, Oregon company that offers conversation-led sales in one click. Human-led, AI-assisted outreach leads to 2 to 4 times productivity, more meetings, and more revenue. Welcome, Topsail.
All right, I don't have any kind of striptease or anything to kick this off. So we'll try to make software a little sexy through this, I guess. So I'm Jamie. I'm the co-founder of Topsail, based here in Bend. And this year, $8 billion will be spent by companies to increase the productivity of salespeople. And at the end of the year, salespeople will still be stuck at 30% of their time actually selling. So that's $8 billion spent this year for salespeople to be just as productive as they were 3 years ago. That's a little crazy. But it's not surprising. I've spent 10 years in founder-led sales. My co-founder, Austin, over there, led customer success for a leading sales training organization. Between us, we've talked to hundreds of career salespeople. And we all agree the problem with all of this is it's actually the tools, the productivity tools. So tools in any industry, but especially in sales, are incredibly capable these days, but they are also absurdly complex to operate. As a result, sellers don't really use them, and less than 60% of tools are actually adopted by sales teams. As a market, we keep making teams more powerful, but we're not making them any more productive. We keep giving sellers more to work with when what they really need is less. And we see a massive opportunity here, and that's why we built Topsail. So Topsail consolidates a seller's outreach motion to a single click. So lead sourcing, sequencing, prep work, updating the CRM. Topsail automates all of these very time-consuming sales-related activities under one roof. And all sellers have to do is focus on what they're paid to do, which is sell. Topsail handles the rest, and we do it at a fraction of the cost of hiring somebody like a RevOps specialist. Our customers are experiencing a 2 to 4x boost in outreach productivity with more meetings booked within just a few weeks. And as one of our favorite customers, a guy named Joe Marr, told us recently, he said, I always wanted to do more outreach, but I couldn't figure out how to use any of the tools. And now that I'm using Topsail, I've tripled my revenue goal for myself for the year. Joe's pretty stoked on it. We're pretty stoked on Joe. We're going to market by partnering with sales training organizations, and we're targeting companies that are actively undergoing sales training. The reason we're doing this is a very captive audience. They're highly motivated, they have budget in hand, and they're being referred to Topsail by their trusted sales trainers. So this is a way for us to rapidly expand our customer base while at the same time keeping our acquisition costs extremely low. Over the last 60 days since we launched, we've gone from 2 to 20 customers. 90% of our users are weekly, and in the next 75 days, we anticipate that we're going to hit about 100,000 in ARR. So we believe that Topsail is going to change the course of B2B selling. It already is for several people, for our customers. If you're interested in learning more about it, please find myself or Austin over there. We have a tab open. We are buying beer. We'll be here all night. Thank you very much.
How do you win an audience? You buy them beer, of course. Great hack.
Removing the jacket's a good move, too.
Absolutely. So it's a pretty crowded space, this sort of sales enablement AI space. How are you standing out, and how are you winning this space?
So fundamentally, how you build the product makes a big difference. And 80% of products are very admin heavy. So these are the products we're familiar with, Gong, Salesforce, et cetera. These products do so much that the administrative burden falls on the customer to actually administer this product. And that is why adoption is so low for it. The small wedge that we are in of the 20% of seller-first products, we take on all the administrative burden on the back end of this, and thus the seller just has to click a button. So the way we separate ourselves is by asking a simple question. We do this every day when we're using Topsail and reaching out to folks is, if you're interested in a highly customized experience with super deep data and you have somebody on staff that can manage to actually configure this, you're probably not our customer. If you're just interested in freeing up your salespeople to do what you paid them to do and talk to customers, then you want to talk to us.
And talk to me more about what, let's say I'm a salesperson, how am I interacting and using the tool and all the other tools that I have, how does that kind of interface with them too?
So the average salesperson today has about 10 tools that they have to toggle through to get through a sales motion and actually talk to somebody. It usually takes about 9 minutes to get on the phone. With Topsail, you log in, you press start, you get a contact sheet for a person that you're going to talk to. It has all the research about them, etc. You click call, it dials them, you talk to that person. More likely, you leave a voicemail. That's what we usually do. Luckily, people call us back. We're onto something. And that's it. And then the next contact comes up after that. It updates the CRM for you. So you really are just one click with it. You're not worrying about how do I configure, how do I toggle. It really is, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to talk to customers or leave voicemails, and that's the whole thing.
So just about anybody could use this. Questions for Topsail? Yes. Are you, go ahead. Are you an all-in-one package like a lead gen? It's all-inclusive?
Yeah, so we are top of funnel. So we handle lead sourcing down through that first contact. Once you've actually established you're going to have a meeting, you've qualified a lead going to discovery, then you would move into your CRM, and we'll update all of that for you. So you don't have to do anything above that. It's really just about how do we get more people into the funnel, and after that, I mean, we've talked about moving on from there, but the traction we're getting now, we're not really concerned with it.
Thank you very much. Excellent pitch. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Topsail. Our 10th early stage company, Yak Incorporated from Portland, Oregon, is an all-in-one automation and AI-powered platform that automates audits for accounting firms, cutting admin work in half and ending auditor burnout. Welcome, Yak Incorporated.
Hi, I am Shannon Smith. I'm the founder and CEO of Yak. I'm a recovering auditor. I spent nearly 10 years in audit. I was managing spreadsheets, I was chasing clients down in email, and I was manually compiling reports. And like so many others in this industry, I burned out. Burnout is the #1 issue in audit. Over 340,000 accountants have left the industry, and nearly 50% of firms have to turn away work because they don't have the staff to keep up. Yet, audit is a $200 billion industry. It's the backbone for trust in business. Audits are essential. They're not optional. When an audit stalls, deals stall. When an audit fails, companies face fines and investigations. And that affects all of us business owners. When currently even, audits are slower, they're harder to staff, and they're more expensive. So here's the problem. This is the problem. These audit and accounting firms are paying six-figure salaries to these professionals who spend 50% of their time on low-value admin tasks. And if nothing changes, then these individuals are going to continue to burn out and leave. That's why I built Yak. Yak is a vertical SaaS platform. It's built by auditors for auditors, and it's streamlining the entire audit lifecycle. We have templates so that we reduce the repetitive work. We have a collaborative workspace so auditors and their clients can work together. We streamline the document collection, we centralize the testing, and we have a one-click report generator. Next up is our AI-assisted document analysis. Our early users are reporting 30% time savings. So here's the opportunity. Millions of audits are performed annually. We are starting with the $2 billion SOC audit market. We only need 30 out of the roughly 1,000 firms, that's 3%, in order to hit $1 million ARR. Then we expand to all compliance audits and beyond. And that gives us a clear path to the $600 billion financial services market. We are live. We've been live for 9 months. We have paying customers. We have an active pipeline of over $1 million in potential ARR. We've had over 20 audits managed in Yak so far. We were named a top new product by Accounting Today and Startup of the Year in Portland by Startup Grind. Auditors have invested directly in Yak, partners from firms, because they know the future of audit is coming, and they know that future is Yak. I know this pain because I felt it, and I know the solution because I built it. Audits are exhausting expeditions. Auditors don't have to go alone. Yak helps carry the weight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Tell me more about what are they using now? Are there any competitors in this space?
Yeah, great question. So our biggest competitor right now is spreadsheets. Auditors are clinging to them. I know one of our sponsors is an accountant. He can probably attest. They love their spreadsheets. We've got one competitor outside of spreadsheets. It's called Field Guide. They've been in the market for 4 years, raised their Series B last year. They have really created an appetite for a tool like this, but companies don't like them. And they're the only ones there, so they're the only option. But it really creates this buzz, and companies are wanting a tool like this. And so many of their customers and their prospects come to Yak and have demos with us because of the buzz that Field Guide's creating.
What are you guys struggling with the most right now?
That's a great question. Honestly, finishing our core features. And I don't know that it's a struggle. We've gotten really, really close. In this industry, you have to build deep. In a lot of startups, you can put out a lo-fi product, get people to test it. Accountants, you have to have a fully baked product. And so it's taken us to this point to really get this product to where it's at the baseline of Excel. So that's what we have been struggling with. We are so close to having all of our core features done, which has made it so that we just started the procurement process with 2 large enterprise-sized accounting firms. So it's not so much of an issue anymore, but that's been a struggle up to this point.
Questions for Yak Incorporated? Anybody have a question? Right here. There we are. Oh, I was going to ask that question too. How did your name become Yak?
That is a good story. Well, there's a phrase called yak shaving that developers use, and it's basically where you have a bunch of little menial tasks before you can get the task done that you actually want to get done. And audits feel a lot like that. That's kind of a long story, though, so I typically go with the yaks are helping the auditors up the treacherous path.
I'll take either one. Excellent pitch. Thank you so much. A lot of very smart people here tonight. How about a round of applause for all of our pitching companies? Amazing lineup. I'd love also a round of applause for my incredible judges, Josh and Lisa. I'm going to release you now so you can go get to voting. And then I'm going to say thank you to Matt Hand and his tech team extraordinaire with Hand in Hand Productions for tonight's event streaming into the other rooms for those around worthy, because we've got 5 finalists to announce that will be going on to Ben Venture Conference, but we also have a lucky winner who's going to take $3,000 home to help keep the lights on. They can use this money for whatever they need to. So I want to say another giant thank you to Washington Trust Bank for stepping up again to write the check for the audience vote. And I want to invite Corey Allen from Washington Trust Bank up to join me on stage. Corey, where are you at? He's somewhere nearby. Oh, here he comes. Come on down, Corey. Come on down, Corey. Well, Corey is a colleague of mine, and he's also a friend. I know many of you know Corey. He's been in the community doing great things for a very long time. And I know what you're thinking.
Hello.
Look at me and Corey. You think, obviously, those two people must work out at the same gym. And
Absolutely.
You'd be
Every
absolutely
day.
correct. You'd be absolutely correct. And in fact, I asked Megan, Corey, if you and I could have a bench press off, if we could just put a bench up here. And she said no, which should really come as a surprise to no one, because that's a ridiculous request.
But you would definitely win. We know that.
Yeah, we do know that I would definitely win. My PRs are just really knocking them out. So tell me, why do you support this event?
Well, thank you. I'm Corey with Washington Trust Bank. We've supported the early vote sponsor for a handful of years now. We just love it. We're always big fans of PubTalk in general. We love what EDCO does. And just a big kickoff to BVC. I think it's a great event. Brings a lot of good people into the community. Just really showcases a lot of all the hard work these entrepreneurs are doing. And it's just fun seeing the different pitches, supporting the community, and just being out and about. And more than anything, just supporting EDCO. We're big believers in everything they do. So.
Yeah, I'll say. And you know what I noticed is that Eugene made a big presence this year. And I want to say, I think I know why. Because we have people doing good work, spreading the word to our friends in Eugene. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, yeah. The more the merrier. We want to bring everybody we can out here. We love when there's companies in Eugene, also in Bend as well. I think there's good synergy between those. And the more the merrier. Tell all your friends, get out to BVC and come have a good time. So.
Yeah, so, okay, I know we have just a few more seconds before we're going to get our results.
25 seconds, exactly.
24 seconds. Who's planning to attend BVC? Yes, very good. What are you looking forward to at BVC, Corey?
If I'm completely honest, the social Thursday night is always a lot of fun. Then the dine around on Friday is always great too. It's a great experience to meet new people you haven't chatted with before, sit down, talk about some new ideas, and just kind of brainstorm and just, again, be seen in the community and out there supporting our folks. So.
Yeah, me too.
And of course you.
Of course, yes, of course. I will definitely be there making my presence known. I have to say that my favorite thing about Ben Venture Conference is the sheer number of random topics that you will learn about. Like, I come out of Ben Venture Conference and my brain is just like, wah, wah, wah.
There's a lot of ideas.
A lot of ideas. There's a lot of smart people out there.
Very, very smart people. That's when I know a pitch is good in some ways. When I can't understand it, it must be a pretty good product because they're much smarter than we are. So.
I mean, it's amazing when you get somebody who's really, really smart. They create a really amazing solution to something that is a huge problem, and it also could be potentially very lucrative for investors, and that's how we know that this solution is going to come to market, and that's so exciting.
Yeah, and I think we heard, at least 2 or 3 of those even tonight. So.
I'm seeing Josh creeping. What's happening, Josh?
All right, so we've been deliberating. Thank you for your patience. I wanted to sort of correct something that Jack had said earlier, which was Founder First Fund is putting in $10,000 into the early stage company this year. It's actually $20,000.
Whoa.
And we're doing that through a platform called Play Money. I think you heard Shannon talk a little bit about Play Money coming here. It's a great investor social platform. They also manage SPVs. It's a great platform. We're really excited about using them for that. So $20,000 for the winner.
And Josh, is that it's just a separate prize, $20,000, so anybody who pitches is eligible for this prize?
Yep. And the winners that go on to the main stage, they're eligible for the $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do this?
Last year I sat in that seat over here, and I was like, wait, how come none of the early stage winners were getting any money? If you look at last year's picture and the group of the founders that won, Oliver Alexander is going like this with no big check.
Yeah,
so kind of
we all
me,
felt that.
We got to fix that. So we decided to come in this year and make sure to fix that.
Well, it's amazing. Thank
Thanks.
you. It makes things so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're all Oregon companies is really excited.
I agree. And also, they deserve the prize money, right?
100%.
Like we want to see these companies succeed, and that's how we do it.
We'd love to give $20,000 to all of them because I think all of them have amazing potential. And the lens we look at Founders First Fund is that we're looking at global innovation and how there can be like real, and each of them have their own sort of check that box pretty easily.
You know, it's amazing. I think this is really important. Every like Lyft ride I took when I was in Chicago, people were like, "What's Oregon?" And this is exactly what's helping put Oregon on the map, is to see these companies creating things that are just completely new and so innovative and solving real major problems. So thanks for helping us make it a bigger deal.
We have everything here.
That's right. I couldn't agree more.
Have all the ingredients. Just need to get the support.
Every time I get on a plane, I'm like, this is the last time. Okay, here she comes.
All right.
Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. Are y'all ready? Okay, Corey. So, in no particular order, our 5 early stage companies that will be on stage at BVC in 2025 are 360 Sierra, Nuerosom, SokoLife, Toastware, and Yak Incorporated. How about a round of applause for our 5
Good job,
companies?
guys. Great job.
And, of course, the $3,000.
Got to start somewhere.
Are so grateful to Washington Trust Bank.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Our winner is, do you want to read it?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to read it. Audience winner, Toastware.
Toast. Yeah, come on up.
Come on up, Toast, and get your giant check. Thank you, Corey Allen. Thank you, Washington Trust Bank. And not only do you get to move on, you get to take home the check. And I want to say all of our finalists, all 5 finalists, if I called your name, please come up to the stage. We want to take a photo with all of you. And then I want to say thank you all for coming, for rooting on our entrepreneurs, and, of course, for voting. Good night, everyone. Get home safely. Stay healthy. We'll see you next month at Ben Venture Conference. I can't wait. So, finalists, 5 finalists, come on up to the stage. Thanks so much, you guys. Good night.